Hi, my name is Dr. Joe Borio with Chiropassion Consulting. I am going to be coming to you on a weekly basis to share some inspirational thoughts and some ideas and some management tips on how to develop a practice that serves families. Our product in our office is Lifetime Family Wellness, and in fact, I just had the honor of completing a webinar with ChiroTouch today, and we talked about how to grow a family practice for life. In other words, how to educate patients towards value of care, value of wellness. And I wanted to spend a few minutes with you today, as I will on a weekly basis, to share some of those ideas, some of those strategies, and inspire all of you to achieve more of yourself than where you're at now. I think we are probably one of the sickest nations on the planet. We are the first generation in the history of America, certainly, and probably the world, to not be expected to outlive our parents. The number of medications that are being taken by every citizen in the United States is climbing. The number of medications taken by seniors is climbing. And there's really only one answer for that, and that is the paradigm, the belief system, the value that we offer as chiropractors. What happens in practice is we don't want to be rejected. The ego in us, it certainly isn't kind to be rejected by patients, or to have your ideals rejected, or to have something that you hold close to you and that you have full faith and belief in to be rejected. So what happens is, because you expose yourself and you make yourself vulnerable at times, it hurts to get jabbed in the heart, if you will, or have your heart broken, if I can use that term. So what we tend to do is, rather than opening up and expressing it, we then tend to close up and protect ourselves, or protect our heart, or if you will, our ego. And by doing so, we stop playing full out. We're afraid to start telling the story, in fear that we're going to get rejected, and to protect ourselves from the pain of rejection. And what happens is, we start to pander or play the practice at the level of the patient's understanding of entering our office. So many times patients understand that you're going to get your back cracked, and it's going to help with back pain, neck pain, and headaches. So we start to speak in those terms to people, and we start to follow their lead, as opposed to us as the doctor who has the answer of hope and the understanding of the principles of healing, and we stop leading them. See, the job is to find a compassion to serve that's greater than your compulsion to survive. And that's in the words of James Parker. You need to find out what your compassion is, as we talked about today in our webinar with ChiroTouch. What is your compassion? How big is it? What's your must? The example I used briefly today, and I'll share with you on our video blast, is this. If you saw a building on fire, and you knew that a person was in the building, somebody you didn't know, you would definitely hesitate before you ran into that building. You would start to assess, even just for a few moments, that there is risk or danger in entering that building. Now, for many of us, we'd still run into the building, but there'd be a hesitation, there'd be an assessment. There would be a protection in self-interest. If, for example, in that building on fire, your child was in there, your young daughter, let's say your 5-year-old daughter was in that building, and you heard her scream, without any hesitation, you would run as fast as possible, without any thought of danger or assessment, into that building to save that child, your child's life. And why that's important to understand is that is the sense of service that we need to have every day when we enter our practice. We need to be able to look in a total stranger's eyes and see the eyes of our children. Because when you are able to get to that point, it doesn't mean everybody's going to get it, guys. And it certainly doesn't mean that everyone's going to jump on board of the chiropractic lifestyle. It doesn't mean everyone's going to adopt the principle. It doesn't mean everyone's going to accept your care. But what it does mean is that everyone that enters your office is going to be able to see chiropractic at its absolute best, in its purest form. Everyone that enters the office is going to be told that they have a power that lies within their body, that has the ability to heal them, and that it is your job for the rest of their life to maintain the integrity of their innate, to maintain the integrity or health of their nervous system, so that they have the ability to express their life at their fullest potential. And by doing it every day, playing full out, without any hesitation, you will then convert or influence more lives than you ever could think imaginable. But by protecting yourself, by preventing yourself from being vulnerable, you serve less people. Because you're one conversation away from the mother that's sitting in front of you to get her children to come in under care. You're one conversation away from the man that's there in front of you about influence them to have their father or their mother to come into the office. So you're really one or two conversations away from saving the lives of so many people that you'll never see, out of fear that they may reject you. Because I'll tell you what, playing full out, as I do every day in practice, means that some people are going to say no, and that's okay. Some people are going to reject you, and that's okay, because it's not about you. It's about them. And when you can trade places from you to them, I'll tell you, not only are you going to serve more people, you're going to have so much more fun in your office than you'd ever imagine. You're going to have goosebumps every day. You're going to high five and get more hugs in your practice than you've ever thought imaginable. You're going to make more money. You're going to certainly be more successful. But you will become addicted to the greatest feeling possible, and that is when you're truly in the service of other people. It is absolutely a remarkable experience. One that I've had the honor to experience every day in practice for many years, and one that I want all of you to have the ability to experience. We have a seminar coming up in Chicago. It's on June 11th and 12th. It's downtown Chicago. We're bringing in Dr. Dennis Nikitow, who's going to speak for a few hours, who's absolutely phenomenal. He spoke last year at a Chicago seminar. We're also bringing in Dr. Bill DeMoss. If anybody's familiar with Dr. Bill, he's crazy, but in the best way possible. He's a good friend, and he'll be there for about 45 minutes to share some of his thoughts on chiropractic and philosophy, and certainly fire you up with some great music. I would love everyone to be there. Our website is chiropassionconsulting.com. We also have a practice survey on there you can complete. And for any of you that go on and actually complete the practice survey, we'll allow you to get a discount on your seminar fee, which is at this point $97. We'll give you a $50 savings or $50 certificate on the cost of our seminar. With that being said, I wanted to close in the words of B.J. Palmer. And until next week, may God flow from above down its bounteous strengths, courages, and understandings to carry on. And may your innate receive and act on that free flow of wisdom from above down, inside out. For you have in your possession a sacred trust. Guard it well. BJ Palmer. Until next week, guys.